Hello everyone, hi YouTubers. Today I'm going to talk about the implications of communication technology on human relationship and the advantages and disadvantages of using communication technology at the workplace. As you can see, we spend a large part of our lives interacting with people around us. We build relationships by strong experiences and feelings, both verbally and non verbally. Today, we can choose to form relationships either in person or online. In this era of global communications, the internet allows people all over the world to form individual relationships via virtual communities and social networks. The effects of technology, its progress, and the way we use it is widely discussed. Communications technology has been and continues to be used to effect social change. As societies struggle to cope with new ways of communicating that are currently available, they have to adapt to the ways quickly. One important aspect of cyberculture is related to the formation of identity. Self identity is influenced by the perception and acceptance of a person by others. However, in cyberspace communication, the meeting of people and a machine adds to the dimension of the idea of a cyborg, as put forth by Donna Haraway in her manifesto. How does communicating online help a person realize self identity? Unlike face to face communication, a person can form a different persona in online communication. Various forms of identity can be created to portray a different appearance, culture, life, gender, and psychological characteristics. For example, a person may claim to be younger, slimmer, or more good looking than he actually is. With technology, a person is able to change, recreate, and diversify his self identity. The World Wide Web is an interactive, it's an example of technology that forms a unique, partially interactive form of communication. In the past, individuals advertised, printed, and prepared autobiographies to introduce a product or service or become known publicly. Now, with the internet, documents can be published on their own websites and can be accessed by many people. A person has the opportunity to play the role of webmaster in writing and publishing certain material or an article. Interaction that occurs is one way except when there is an email address for further contact. Through the World Wide Web, a person can create a made up identity while interacting with others. In other words, technology does not only change what is thought about a person, but also provides the opportunity to create a desired identity. The internet, for example, through multiple user domain, allows people to form virtual communities and distinctive self-identities. Methods of interaction through multiple user domain also enable individuals to experiment and mold new identity as desired and eliminate the unwanted actual identity. They can establish a relationship and interact with other members of the virtual community. Now I'll be moving on to the advantages and disadvantages of communication technology. Okay, communication technology has many advantages and disadvantages, such as it facilitates autonomy as well as work pressure, both of which can relate to well being. Many scholars have hypothesized that information and communication technologies continue to improve the quality, accuracy, and ease with which people can communicate and organize work. Communication technologies also provide employees with more leeway in when, where, and how they work. The technologies offer employees more autonomy in organizing their work. For instance, because it becomes easier to stay connected to work, access online information, participate in group discussion, and use organizational resources at a distance across time zones. On the other hand, communication technologies can also result in increased work pressure as employees intensify their work effort and time. Scholars have proposed that communication technologies are associated with a more intense work experience because they blur spatial and temporal boundaries and because they increase the total amount of work that people must handle and therefore the time spent working. Social media use for work is also linked to exhaustion and engagement of employees to increased autonomy and work pressure. Communication technology facilitates increased freedom and flexibility. They also generate a range of desirable capabilities that reaffirm employees' authority, status, and sense of self as successful professionals, such as increased flexibility and control over information and interactions. And with that, I would like to thank you, really thank you from the bottom of my heart for your patience and thanks for bearing with me. That concludes my presentation.